Hi, everybody. We're back again with another episode of Kahin Kissi Roast. Today we're going to talk about a very important issue. And this issue actually came around because there was a recent violation of a child artist's rights on a daily soap set of Kerala entertainment industry. Well, they received a complaint. The Kerala State Council for Child Welfare received a complaint about child labor in television's daily soap. The rights of the child artist were violated on a set and was lodged by the parents of the child actor. From their complaint, it was known that the children were forced to work for long hours and also they weren't paid in time. Around 132 children were a part of a serial, and as per rules, child actors are not supposed to work for more than 3 hours. Still, they were they're forced to work for long hours without break, and end of shooting, they didn't even get the payments. And obviously, it was a clear violation of children's rights over there because uh, Kerala State Commission and the Indian government has a very big mandate to protect children who work in the entertainment industry. Number one, the producers have to obtain permission from the district magistrate of the area where the shooting is happening and has to furnish some forms, has to provide a list of child participants, the consent of the parents or guardian, and then the production is responsible for the safety and security of the children. And basically, all the screenings of the film and television programs have to be made with a disclaimer specifying that any child that has been engaged in shooting, um, there has been no abuse and care has been taken to ensure that there has been no neglect or exploitation of such child actors. They also have to arrange for education of the children and ensure that there's no discontinuity from the lessons, and they cannot continuously allow children to work for more than 27 days. So they also have to appoint one responsible person for a maximum of 5 children for the production or an event, and ensure protection, care, and best interest of the child. The new rules that the Indian government has for the entertainment industry in India also state that at least 21% of the income earned by the child should be deposited in his account, and the account should be with a nationalized bank. So, with everything said and done, there are protections that the government has provided for child actors. However, it's not the those protections alone that can specifically take care of the children's rights, not only rights physically but emotional and mental well-being. Antara, what you got to say?
Uh, Absolutely. The rights are there in place, and thank you for telling everyone about them. But it's not just the mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Now there's an added concept of the virtual world or the social media world and the virtual well-being of the child artist. You are exposing your kid not only to the world of television, which is fine because it's a medium where there's one-sided communication, but bringing these kids to social media account with social media handles, I feel like that opens them up to so much more uh, unwanted content, attention, and also bullying at times. If the child is playing like a bad kid on the TV, who's probably not the kid of the leads or something. There was a show like Kulfi Kumar Bajewala that had like that ran on child actors and all this thing. So these kids also get a lot of bullying and hate comments under their post. And is it like the society is like, we know it's in shambles, but is it okay to expose a child to something like that? An 8 or 9 year old getting hate messages and hate threats and like things like that. So this is something where I don't know how much the government policing should come in or how much parents' discretion should be uh applied to these cases, because these accounts are usually run by the parents, especially like these famous child actors or act like kids of famous actors. They open their account as soon as they're born, and they say like handled by mommy, and then they post reels. I don't know how much like kids should be present on social media because they do not have the sense or mental capacity to give their consent to what is being posted. And I see some of the reels and videos that the kids make, and I'm sorry, like this is in no way kid appropriate.
I would be ashamed, and not only ashamed, but I'm not being judgmental about anything, but as an adult posting videos and dances like those would have been a problem. Would have been
Yeah,
problematic. And
yeah,
and
yeah.
and we live in America where there's more permissiveness. But but even with child actors in America, it doesn't go to this extent.
Like I understand that this is the line is not like it cannot be clearly drawn, because sometimes kids, they have fun, like they like a song and they dance to it, and you make a fun video, home video of it, and post it, versus you dressing your kid up like something that you don't, like you won't see on an adult, and then having them enact those things or say those dialogues, or something. I don't know what the kid is getting out of it, because like you said, they say 21% of the money goes to their account, but do they really know the implications of what they are projecting on the social media? It's the parents who are benefiting, I feel like, out of these. And I understand this is the age of the social media. The reason why they post all these reels and everything is for the casting agents to find these child actors, like, oh, this person can do, and this person can, this kid can act, so like call them up for audition. I understand it's for exposure, but is this the correct way to do it? And should there be a guideline of like what can be posted and what cannot be posted? Like, I don't know.
No, and it's not about what they portray. It's also the mental health of these kids. They grew up in a totally different world, and they have fan followings, whether the fans are loving it or not, and a lot of hate on social media. Uh, what there are laws that
Babies get hate. Like babies, like 3 month, 4 month old babies get hate. Like, the baby is eating up screen space. The babies, they abuse the baby. Like,
Anyways, what is the solution to this problem? The solution to this problem is maybe keep your kids off social media. I mean, we're pretty sure you wanna show off their skill set, making them dance to reels on social media. And as parents, if you feel that your child has a career, we got nothing against children who make the career in social on television or in movies. But how do you save your child from that agony? Because as adults, we find it difficult to tackle hate online. How difficult must it be for the kids, and how long are you going to protect them by not giving them control of their own accounts? Sometime at some point in time, they'll know they were hated.
that's such a big burden to put on a little kid, like to know that, oh, everybody hated that, everybody hated me, everybody, it's even like I feel weird, like even hating like child characters. But like, people do not understand the difference between actors and characters, and they sometimes, and a lot of times, they cross the lines. It also depends on how these ITV it's not just the social media aspect, like how ITV portrays these kids in the roles that they cast them in. They make them ultra smart daddy ammas at the age of 5. No 5-year-old kid like gives long speeches like that, or is so, like, they're not that perceptive. Like they try to show like, oh, this kid is, they can give long lectures to their dad, like, oh, how dare you, like, no यार, 5 साल के बच्चे में इतनी अकल नहीं होती है, वो उसको थोड़ा सा बहला दो, वो बहल जाते हैं या वो हो जाते हैं, नहीं, like they do not give them the realistic portrayal, and they make that character also like caricaturish, or like they make the audience not like the kid, and then that also, like, percolates down to their social media accounts, the social media handles.
I
And
think better rights are required as well, because it's not only child actors now. There are bundles of child influencers coming onto the internet too.
yeah,
So what about child influencers? There's no law in India that takes care of them, but yes, in the US, child influencers are also protected by law. I don't know if you knew this. um, Under law, child actors and influencers have to, number one, receive a work permit that allows their employment. That's one. Secondly, the parents have to place at least 15% of the minor actor's gross wages into an account within 15 days of the payment. And California law explicitly notes that minors' earnings indeed belong to the minor and not the parents. And minors can't legally control the money, but laws in California govern the earnings and create a fiduciary relationship even between the parents and the child. So the parents are supposed to be keepers of the money till the child gets to be an adult, but the money still belongs to the child. The money doesn't go to the family.
I all this is fine. Like, I'm happy that there are rules which safeguard these things, and probably in India also it will start coming up. So, like, pretty soon. But the point is, how applicable are these? Are these rules only on paper? Like, we see the production condition of a lot of these ITV shows. We see how actual actors are treated and the working conditions they are in. How is that suitable for a kid? Like, आप लिखने को तो कुछ भी लिख देते हो rule में. क्या वो actually are they only working for 3 hours? Are they getting all those shots in 3 hours? Are are the living conditions or the working conditions, like, is there like no noise, like, things, I don't know, like a little child, like they can get developmental issues, like working and living in a condition like that. They can
Well,
develop health problems.
they can, absolutely, and you're right about that. But there's only one thing that can be done: improve the conditions, um, and make sure parents safeguard the children's rights, and also get them off social media. Please don't let your 5-year-old kid be dancing to Sheila Ki Javani on reels. Please,
Yeah.
it's excruciating
Also,
for us to watch. I don't
also
know
there
if it's
was
excruciating,
a
but the
case
kid
of, like,
even I don't know, the kid even understands what they're doing.
I don't think they do. Like, they don't understand, like, just because they sing the song and it's famous, don't make them like dress up and dance like that. Like, please don't. Like, draw a line, like,
Please draw.
indulge in that
We're
kid.
drawing a line. We're telling you that it's appalling that you're
Yeah.
abusing your kids like that.
And there are also like cases of sexual abuse of kids on set. Like, one got like really famous very recently about an actor, a very famous actor. The whole ITV came in defense of that actor. But the point is, uh, again, like, I'm not pointing
We
fingers.
don't know,
But
if the abuse happened or did not happen. We're nobody to judge, because we don't know the exact
yeah,
conditions, whether the abuse happened or the parents were just trying to make a quick buck. We don't know.
whatever. Do not leave your kid unattended.
Please don't. Please don't. You're the only person responsible for your kids. Anyways,
Yeah.
that's it from us this week in terms of roasting you guys at Hindi Serials. But we'll be back next week with another episode of Kahin Kissi Rose. Bye.
Bye.